This is Elisa Bonet with the Essential Pearl, and today I'll be sharing the promotions for the month of October 2023 in the United States. Now, remember that the details I share in this video are not to treat, prevent, or cure any disease. You want to connect with your doctor for support in those areas, and everything I share is for educational and informational purposes only. Let's get started with Balsam Fir. This is the product of the month, a very special limited edition oil that you cannot purchase. You can only earn it with your loyalty reward order of 125 PV or more by October 15th. This oil is a wonderful scent, a very clean, crisp, and airy aroma. I particularly like it because for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I love anything that smells like trees and the forest and nature. And so this oil has several constituents that make it a wonderful oil for its anti-inflammatory properties. It can support a healthy immune system, as well as your nervous system and digestive functions. It can support your cellular health. It also can contribute to feelings of relaxation and calm, and has excellent skin purifying benefits. This oil is safe for aromatic as well as topical use, and it can be a little bit irritating for very sensitive skin. So make sure that you always dilute it first or do a test patch to see how your skin reacts to it. But diluting with some fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil of choice is always a good idea with any essential oil. This oil can create a very uplifting, bright, and welcoming environment when you diffuse it. You can use it to cleanse the air as well as surfaces because of its purifying properties like the limonene. And it's also great for a soothing and grounding massage because of the properties it has to support any type of discomfort or inflammation happening. And it has those very grounding and soothing properties for the emotions as well. Now, did you know that balsam fir is native to eastern and central Canada and parts of the northeastern United States? And these are conifer trees that are very dense. They have flat, dark green needles, and their branches are just very soft and super fragrant. And they grow more than 80 feet high, and they live up to 100 years. Let's learn more about this wonderful essential oil. I'm particularly impressed by the way that it is sourced and the way that it is distilled. And it is sourced, as I mentioned, in Canada through something doTERRA has called co-impact sourcing. And it is using a very unique and sustainable sourcing process, which is similar to the way they source the black essential oil. And this process includes something called a circular distillation process or a closed loop distillation process. And it reduces waste, it generates green electricity, and it results in a 60% reduction of greenhouse gas emissions compared to conventional processes. So this oil is also extra sustainable. Let's look at the various ways that we can use balsam fir. One way is to use it in your skincare. If you add a drop to your facial cleanser, to your soap bar, or even your body wash, this is going to boost its cleansing benefits, and as well, you get that wonderful stimulating aroma. For a massage, as I mentioned, a couple of drops with some fractionated coconut oil or other carrier of choice, and you'll have a cooling sensation on the skin, and it will prove to be not only invigorating, but also relaxing. For a bath, you can add a couple of drops to some warm a warm bath, I prefer to add my oil to the Epsom salts first, let the Epsom salt absorb the essential oil, and then you would pour that into your bath water, and you'll have a better diffusing of the oil throughout the water. So this is a really great way to just end a long, exhausting day with a fun and relaxing bubble bath to just soothe those achy joints. Scented pine cones. These can be pretty expensive in stores. So one way is to just get plain pine cones that maybe you pick up in your backyard or in your neighborhood, or you can buy some that are unscented, and then just add a couple of drops to your pine cones and just put them in a beautiful bowl. And that's going to be an easy, clean, and non-toxic way to get that fresh pine aroma in your home. Of course, diffusing, and I'll be sharing some diffuser recipes with you where you can blend the balsam fir with other oils to get these unique aromas. But just alone, the balsam fir is just incredible. It smells amazing. So 3 to 5 drops in your diffuser, and then you're going to have that grounding forest-like atmosphere that is very fitting for winter and just to have when you have special family gatherings. As a surface cleaning spray, balsam fir, because of the limonene and some of its properties, I mentioned how it can boost the cleansing properties, and it also has natural purifying properties. So just by using some balsam fir, about 5 drops with 5 drops of any citrus oil, but it pairs really nicely with wild orange, or you can use maybe tangerine. And then add about 2 ounces of distilled white vinegar to an 8 to 10 ounce spray bottle and fill the rest with distilled water. And then you can use that to clean your countertops as well as your sinks. So here are some recipes that you can use featuring balsam fir along with other essential oils. So maybe pause this video or take a screenshot so you can have it handy when your balsam fir arrives. Let's move on to guaiac wood. This is a new oil that was released last year, and it has these really incredible properties. It's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-parasitic, antifungal, analgesic, a stress reducer, and is even being studied for some of its tumor-fighting properties. So this is also an oil I really enjoy because in addition to the scent of forest and pine and nature, I really like anything that's smoky. And this oil is earthy, it's smoky, it's rich. It even has a little bit of sweetness that reminds me of rose, like a smoky rose. It's a really fabulous oil. So all of the month of October, it's going to be 10% off. And this oil is safe for aromatic and topical use, and you can apply it neat. And the reason is that it is already pre-diluted in a base of coconut oil. And in a moment, I'll explain to you why that is. But this oil is an oil that is excellent to feel grounded, to feel calmer. It can also reduce body discomfort, so you can use it wherever you're feeling some inflammation or some pain, and also excellent to calm and just support your emotions. Now, under the section, did you know, I found this really interesting. Guaiac wood comes from the Gran Chaco forest, one of the most rapidly deforested areas in the world. Though Paraguay has regulations and policies helping to minimize deforestation, much of the forest has already been cut down for cattle grazing and other types of agricultural production. Through doTERRA's efforts and partnerships, sustainable sourcing from well-managed forests actually help preserve and regenerate forest lands. The guaiac wood is steam distilled for about 17 hours from the heartwood of the Bulnesia sarmientoi tree in Paraguay. And it's been used for centuries by Native Americans in their wellness practices and ceremonies. This wood is extremely dense and it needs to be ground down to a sawdust consistency in very, very tiny chips before it's distilled. And that is far finer than most average woods that are distilled. After distillation, though, when the oil is left at room temperature, it becomes semi-solid. And that's the reason they had to add a base of fractionated coconut oil, or else you wouldn't be able to get it out of the bottle. Guaiac wood is sustainably sourced with only 2 trees per acre being harvested every 20 years. They're also replanting, and any trees that are cut down have a very quick regrowth. And these young trees are eliminating a lot more carbon dioxide than the older trees. So doTERRA is always doing everything in their power to ensure that every oil that we use and that they produce is coming from a sustainable source. And they want to leave that area of the world better than the way they found it. And so they're doing incredible work. And if you want to learn more about how the oils are sourced, you can go to the website called sourcetoyou.com to learn more. Now let's look at some of the top ways that we can use this oil. You can use it in a massage after strenuous activity or a workout, or to unwind after a long day. Just use a few drops to soothe out those tired and tense muscles. For skincare, add a drop to your facial moisturizer, and this really helps with hydration, and it helps your skin retain more moisture. For skin irritations, apply 1 or 2 to minor irritations for its soothing effect. So anything like maybe a scrape or a bruise, or maybe even a burn, the properties of guaiac wood will really support the healing of the skin. Diffusion, of course, 3 to 5 drops to create a grounding and tranquil atmosphere. And again, in a few moments, I'll be sharing some ways that you can blend guaiac wood with other essential oils. For lymphatic support, combine 2 drops guaiac wood and 2 drops cypress. Cypress is really good for circulation. And then massage down from your elbows to the side of your breast 2 to 3 times to encourage lymphatic drainage. And so I learned this from a naturopathic doctor that also uses doTERRA in her practice. And she demonstrated that a great way to move your lymph is to massage from the bottom of your elbow, and with your arm, just do a rubbing motion towards you and just go all the way down your armpits and then across the side of your breast. And then you just repeat that about 2 or 3 times. And then you do it on the other side. And that's an easy way to really get your lymphatic drainage moving, and something you can do maybe before a shower. Stress. Layer the guaiac wood with some balance and then apply to your pulse points and under your feet to encourage relaxation. You can also use it before meditation or before yoga. You can use it topically as well as aromatically to encourage a calm and grounded feeling. Here are the diffuser recipes featuring guaiac wood as well as other essential oils. So this is another place where you can pause this video or take a screenshot. We also have a limited time offer, another limited edition oil called Huga. And this, like the balsam fir, is not part of our normal inventory, but you have to take advantage when it's available. And it's normally just available perhaps once a year. So Huga is a word that is practiced in Nordic countries. It means to Have joy in everyday moments. It means to have an environment where you feel warm and cozy and safe and relaxed. And so when you diffuse huga, you're surrounding yourself with the aromas of this oil, which include wild orange, cedarwood, frankincense, myrrh, vetiver, tonka bean, and vanilla absolute. You can diffuse it. You can also use it in your laundry. This is what I do. I'll add a couple of drops to my dryer balls, and then my clothes turn out smelling incredible. Especially great for this time of the year where we have fall and we're going to get ready for winter. This is the perfect aroma for snuggling up to those blankets and those towels that have this incredible scent. For anxious feelings, you can use it during gatherings with friends or family so that you set a pleasant and cozy tone. For meditation, again, just dab on your wrists and over your heart or diffuse it in your space. You can also make a quick and easy DIY room spray just by adding 10 drops of huga in a glass spray bottle and then fill the rest with some distilled water and a little bit of witch hazel. And there you go, a quick and easy room or even a linen spray. The Huga has a second promotion, which includes the Huga essential oil as well as this mist diffuser. And this is a plug-in diffuser that has various settings. It has motion activated. It has an interval setting where it spritzes, I believe, every 10 to 15 minutes, or you can set it to manual where you can press the little button on the side and it'll just spritz whenever you manually press it. It's just so much fun, and I love that I can now use these plugins without worrying about cords or batteries or charging anything. Directly plugs in, and it also has a little night light, and you can either have that on or turn it off. But a wonderful item that I know is going to just sell out really quickly. So if this is something you're interested in, then grab it, because this is something that is a perfect gift for yourself or for somebody else. This month, we also have a special adaptive promo. You get this free with any 200 PV purchase. So it could be a standard order, an LRP order, or an enrollment order. 15 milliliter adaptive, as well as a 4 ounce of the calming bath oil. So adaptive is a must-have. If you do not have this oil in your collection, I highly recommend it. It's one of my all-time favorites. It really supports with memory and focus. And for me, I use it particularly to reduce any type of anxious feelings, or when I start to feel a bit overwhelmed or just struggling with a lot going on in my life. It relaxes your nervous system. When you diffuse it, it creates a very tranquil and soothing environment. It's a beautiful oil that I think all of us can really benefit from. And then, of course, the bath oil is a blend of adaptive with some very soothing carrier oils to soften, hydrate, and nourish the skin. And it can create a very special, relaxing bath experience. A good thing to do maybe as part of your bedtime routine. Here's a DIY recipe I found on doTERRA's blog that I thought was really neat, and I'm excited to try it myself. But you can make a natural fabric softener. So all you do is add some adaptive to your glass spray bottle, fill the remainder with some warm white vinegar, shake it gently, and then just make sure you shake it before each use. And all you do is spray your wet clothes as you're pulling it out of the washer. Before you pop it in the dryer, just spritz it a little bit with this adaptive blend, and believe it or not, it's going to really soften your clothes. I don't use softener anymore. I try to keep my laundry routine as toxic free as possible. So I use the doTERRA Abode detergent, and I use the dryer balls. But sometimes, some of my towels, some of my things, they can be just a little on the harder side. So I'm going to try this and just see how it goes, but it smells adaptive smells incredible. So I can just imagine what a wonderful addition this is going to be to my laundry routine. The other thing that was launched in October was the convention kit. doTERRA's Becoming Convention was last month in September. And during that month, they released all of these new products. And I'm going to be creating a separate video explaining all the products, the differences, the variations, the additions and revisions that have been made. But in the convention kit, you get all of these products, and this kit is also going to qualify you for the free adaptive combo. So this is a great way to get that free bonus. The other limited edition item that we still have available, and I'm not sure how much longer we'll have it in stock, is Harvest Spice, the Gathering Blend. This one features cassia, clove, eucalyptus, cedarwood, and cinnamon bark. Another limited edition oil that we still have available, it was released, I believe, last month, but is only available once a year during this time, and it's the Harvest Spice Gathering Blend. It features cassia, clove, eucalyptus, cedarwood, and cinnamon bark. So it has a spicy, woody, and fresh aroma. It's very warm, it's very sweet, and ideal just the way it is in your diffuser. And it has shown to repel mosquitoes as well as other insects. It can not only give you an invigorating aroma, but it also has some soothing skin benefits. Just make sure you dilute it with a carrier. Now, cinnamon bark is very interesting. It was once more valuable than gold, and it is derived from a fragrant tropical evergreen tree that grows up to 45 feet high. So if you've never researched cinnamon, there's a little fun fact for you. And then clove and eucalyptus are excellent to cleanse the skin. So that's why it states here it can provide some skin soothing benefits. So this oil is safe for aromatic and topical use, but you'll notice there's a D, which means dilute. Why? Because it has cassia and it has clove and it has cinnamon bark. So these oils can be hot and spicy on the skin and can cause irritation if you do not dilute it. So make sure that you do that. Now, I also wanted to just let you know that because of our Refer a Friend program, if you haven't heard about that, I'm going to quickly mention it at the end of this presentation. When you use your link to share with friends and family, for instance, with the Harvest Spice, if somebody buys it using your link, then you would get $5.40 added to your account as a credit. It's called the doTERRA dollars. So just wanted to give you an example of different ways that you can share what you use with friends and then get rewarded for it. So I'll tell you about that in just a moment. So that was all of the promotions we have available in October. I wanted to just let you know that starting November 1st, our winter items and the guide that is available during that time is only going to be digital this year. So I wanted to provide you with a QR code that you can just scan, and then the guide will come up on your phone, or you can type in the link that I've shared below. I'm going to put it in the description as well, so that you can easily look through this guide and just start to select some of those items for your wish list, because November 1st, everything launches and so many things sell out quickly, sometimes within hours. So you have to start early if there are some things on this guide that you're going to want for yourself or for others. Also wanted to mention that after convention, which was last month in September, doTERRA does a tour to share the new products and the new education that is being featured based on that convention. And so if you go to this website, tour.doterra.com, you can look at all the different cities that doTERRA will be visiting. And for, I believe, $10, they're doing DIYs, they're offering like a free gift, they have education, they have booths and exhibits, and it's a way to kind of bring a little piece of convention to your local city. So I really invite you to consider attending an event in your area, because everyone I've spoken to that has attended these are not only impressed, but they are just always saying how happy and how glad they are that they took the time to attend. So I'm sure you will not regret it. So if you can make it, please do whatever you can do to attend one of these events. They're really fabulous. So if you're loving your doTERRA products, why not help friends and family also have their own doTERRA products? And they can also now, with your link, get a free 1-year membership. So if they log into doTERRA without a link, they will be charged $35 for that membership. But if they use your link, it's absolutely free. And what do you get? Well, you get 20% of their first order. So whatever they purchase, you get 20% of the points from that order. So everybody wins. So if you want to learn more, I just created a video and I'm also going to link it in the description below, or you can just check my channel out and it's called Refer a Friend. For more details, you can also go to the link below where doTERRA outlines the FAQs. Thank you so much, friends, for being with me and for joining me and learning about this month's promos. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and click those notification bells so you don't miss out on any future content. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful or informative in any way, I invite you to like it. I'll see you in the very near future. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.